नारायणाभिधानस्य ब्रह्मणः परमात्मनः निष्ठाम् अर्हनो वक्तुम् यूयमे ब्रह्मवित्तमा. My blissful gorgeous selves, now King Anemi asked, Holy Sire, the absolute truth indicated by word Narayana as a specific structure, I would like to know that. And now, my dear friends, fifth Yogisvara, Pippalayan replied, we just heard the discourse from great Yogishwar, fourth Yogishwar Prabhupada. Now, my dear friends, Yogishwar Pippalayan replies, tell me one thing. Your home, wife, son, and situations do not remain when you dream. Your dream doesn't remain when you are awake. Darkness that spreads out in deep sleep does not remain in mystic trance, and mystic trance does not remain in sleep, dream, and wake. In waking state. Now, Yogi Pippalayan asked the king, now, O king, tell me something in which all things always exist in fullness, in the fullest light, okay? Tell me. All these civilizations, cultures and religions came and went, and new ones have come in whom, in all these civilizations, cultures and religions came and went, okay? And new ones are coming and going, getting old, in whom all these happen, in whom all these faces blossom. Music, rivers and hills have been painted out, in whom they vanish, and newer ones shine out ever and ever. That, know for certain, that is Narayana. O King Nimi, understand the point? Sanjivitani tadavehi param narendra. I know, no one can know him through intellect. How can a drop envelop an ocean? How can a spark burn the entire sun, solar system? How can a firefly light up the whole New York City? How can a lunatic run for U.S. presidency? How can an impotent Inach participate in Bhairavi Chakra of Tantra Sadhana? Mind has no access into it, dear friends. Mind has no access into Narayana. It cannot be spoken. Narayana cannot be spoken, cannot be seen. So, what can intellect cognize it? No way. How can word describe the speaker itself? Tell me, O king, in the form of asti, existence, and nasti, non-existence, this Narayana is shining effulgently. Due to senses, this Narayana is appearing in diversity. Eyes see forms, ears hear sound, skin touches, but the Narayana is one effulgence. Effulgence. Prana is one. Through tree trunk, it raises the tree up high in the sky. Serpent and worms and birds also move through it. Your bravery and valor depends on your pranic growth. It is upadhi bhed, title distinction. Prana appears differently, my dears. Due to upadhi bhed, that means title distinctions, the same prana, okay, the same organ energy, etheric energy appears differently. Question is, why we cannot realize the Narayana? Only because head of all 6 billions are messy. Thick-headedness needs to be healed up. Now, how to cure this mental retardation? Simply by willing for it systematically and accurately. That's how we can heal our mental retardation. Just longing, just striving, just yearning with do or die spirit, and you get it. As you cry for a job, as you cry for a wealth, as you cry to get married, as you cry for recovery from your dangerous disease, as you are worried, heavy-hearted, and run here and there like a madman to get your daughter married, if you are Indian. As you cry, same way, could you please kindly do the same for Narayana? And your messy head will be straightened out of its own accord. Let all other desires and hankers burn down to ashes in the fire of this longing, and you make it up all the way to Narayana. Speaking thus, my dear friends, Yogisvaras Pippalayan became silent and samadhist. He got introvert, transcended, risen above. His awareness went beyond body, mind and ego. In the cosmic self, in his cosmic oneness. In intellectual approach to Narayana, the Brahma Gyan cuts down the doership and enjoyership of action, which is known as Kartapan and Bhoktapan. Both are evaporated and pure action flows transparently, okay? In feelingful approach to Narayana, means in Bhakti Yoga approach to Narayana, the increasingly intensifying love sends out the fruit of action to Narayana. And lo, there goes pure action transparently flowing on and on and on. Karmas lead to blunders. Work leads to workaholic state. Normally. Okay? Then you work like obsessed and possessed. That's from where you complain you have no time. Why very, very short notice you talk like that? I have no time. Then, my dear friends, you jump into charging others for your time. This only means your work is messed up with desiring, lusting, and you are lured to sensuality. You want to squeeze out things of your use, of your need. You are tangled up. You are caught up. Your throat is being choked up by desires and lusts and so many ambitions, and you are not aware of it. You are fainted up spiritually. Although you may be very smart, cunning, intelligent guy, a very good credit, but spiritually you are thick-headed. You are one of the idiots. And you remain idiot as long as you understand your situation. Karma is condemned only, my dear friends, due to its stickiness with desiring. All actions are glued up with wish, with lust, with lure and ambitions. If you just reap these weeds and perform actions expecting nothing, just out of your joy, just for joy, just enjoy, it is all a meditation itself. You are going to grow faster and fastest into the beyond experience. This mystery of action is now targeted. The king asked, "Please kindly, Holy Sire, tell me the mystery and secrets of Karma Yoga," not knowing which, even all over the world, all our worships are business, and knowing which, even love-making becomes a meditation. Just by understanding which, nothing is left unaccomplished. Tell me that Karma Yoga. Now Yogeshwar Avirhotra, one who has offered his life as oblation into the fire of identity with true self, that great Yogeshwar Avirhotra spoke now, my dear friends. Work is prescribed for human beings to clean up his intentions, his pattern of thoughts, his ability to feel. The purpose of action in our life is only one: to intensify one's sensitivity and fragility and feelingfulness. As long as you are not feeling full, much bigger scope of action should be made compulsory for you. If you resent, you will not grow. Your life will vegetate. There is every possibility for you to fall in barbarianism. So says Yogeshwar Avirhotra, my dear friends, for the whole humanity. There are three kinds of action: pious actions, duties, responsibilities, helping others, etc. And the second, disgraceful actions, stealing, over-drinking, womanizing, and all that. Third is not doing prescribed duties, such as not voting, not telling the truth, concealing secrets which could help others. Karma kanda of the Vedas are not to trap you in actions, but to make you sensitive and refined enough so that you can transcend the physicality. Parokchavado vedoyam balanam anuशासनम् karma mokshaya karmani vidhate yagadam yada. Why there are descriptions of colorful, delicious, rainbowy fruits of actions then? Question arises, my dear friends. It is only to get people interested in them, like giving children sweets to get them involved in higher projects. When they get sick and they don't want to eat medicine, then you have to lure them. Hey, baby, I'll give you a chocolate if you just eat this medicine. Okay? Then he takes it and consequently he is healed. And when he is healed, you don't have to do You don't have to lose. You have you don't have to entice his greed. The Vedas make creative use of fear, my dear friend. Normal human fear and normal human greed of all people, the whole humanity, for their own growth. If you drop action, divine ordained Vedic action, then the poison that has gone in your veins, in your very psychology through 8 million lives of practice will not go away. When action scope is forced upon you, turns into bondage. When you understand the situation and accept them, they become path to salvation. First, going to school is forced on the child. By the time he is in college, he loves it. He will do anything but cannot get back to old time lethargy and irritation. Okay? An illiterate pauper, overdrunk, lying near the gutter, talking incoherently. If he does not listen to you, how can you help him? So is the situation of whole humanity. It has stopped listening to the Vedas now. Imagine the kind of your downfall. Mrityor mrityumupaiti saha. Yogeshwar Avirotra says he suffers death after death. His each lethargic yawning is losing $1 billion check of life. Get rid of this hellish life. Go take a nice bath. Must get your head wet. Dress with a pair of cotton clothes. Be seated in your meditation room in pyramidal pose. Do pranayam. Install any one form of the divinity on the silver altar. Must be Lord Shiva, Divine Mother, or any incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Worship with 16 items according to your financial standard. Do not act miserly. Offer dhupam, deepam, naivedyam, aratikyam in pushpanjali. Okay? That is incense and ghee flames and some delicious things to eat, and the flame with camphor light and handful of flowers. Offer these one by one with mantras, and after prostrate down at the feet before the Lord. Then do mental worship all the way to Pushpanjali, okay? Then let you and God unite in absolute peace, in fullness, in perfection of the full and light. See what a great peace descends upon you. Experience it, be in it, and dwell in it. Live it in your daily life, even when you are waking and acting in your business, in your duties. Whatever you are doing, live it moment to moment, every day, every night. When you are dreaming, try to live it. When you are sleeping, try to live it. Okay? Talking in terms of beyond and beyond. Talking in terms of beyond and beyond, all you can do is just close your eyes. There is no other way. Just get settled to live with darkness. All kinds of meditations, whether dynamic meditation or transcendental meditation or vipassana meditation, just bore you sooner or later getting nowhere. If you do believe you got somewhere, then you definitely have no idea of the great possibility of life. At least for now, to begin with you, if you are in your sanity, you require a substitute to the darkness. Okay? The king asked, Holy Sire, God has no qualm, no problem with the dresses, but we humans are very excited about them. To us, dressing up well is all there is to life, to civilization, to culture. So please tell us how many dresses God assumed so far and how many pairs still He is intending to put on. Tell us all that, plus various actings He performed on the stage of the universe. Enlighten me into this subject. Yani yani karmani yai swachanda janmabhi chakre karoti kartava ristani bruvantu na. My dear friends, now great Yogisvaras Drumilji, who mostly meet under the trees, said, when children claim to cross the river and see, the elders just laugh at them on their infancy ignorance. Same way, his attempt will only laughable if one claims to be able to describe out all incarnations and pastimes of Lord God. I can tell you just a few of them, okay? Okay, King. When the Lord God created this magical universe, He entered it with His part incarnation, now known as Purusha. Purusha evedam sarvam yadbhutam yacca bhavyam. This is how the Vedas say. Purusha evedam sarvam yadbhutam yacca bhavyam mutamratatusishano idannenati rohati. Sahasrashirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. From his organs, all our organs emanated. His breath, our vitality. From his Rajagun, Brahmaji was born. From Sattva, Lord Vishnu was born. And from Tamas, Lord Shiva was born. From Brahma, Daksha was born. His daughter Murti, she was born, married with Dharma. And from them Narayana were born. This also means whenever Dharma is infused in our body, Narayana manifests in our heart. The Lord assumed this sagacious dress to give a message of action that transcends relativity, my dear friends. This action is picked up by Ramanuj as Kriya Yoga. Ramanujacharya, picked up by Ramanujacharya, great Acharya, as Kriya Yoga, by Vallabhacharya as Thakur Puja, okay? By Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Vaidhi Bhakti, and by Smartas as Smarta's way of life. These legendary sages are immortal, and they are still meditating in Badrinath hill forest of the Himalayas, my dear. Why? The answer is Kshemaya Sustayendrina, for the welfare of the world. Okay? Indra, the king of heaven, mistook Narayana. They want to occupy his kingdom. Okay? That is what Indra misunderstood. In order to break their vow of meditation, he sent Kamdev, the god of sex desire, the one who entices sex desire in all those people who have full control over their organs or their senses. Okay? Those who are already sexual, already become attracted, fascinated, mesmerized by the opposite sex. Kamdev doesn't need to shoot by his arrow. Kamdev comes into existence, comes in the field when some great yogi is there who has controlled all senses, and it is difficult to get his mind towards female sex, female attraction towards female and male if she is female. Okay? So, with bewitchingly beautiful young ladies, this is how Kamadeva appears. He went there. Okay? Kamadeva appeared before Narayana having a group of, a team of bewitchingly beautiful young ladies. He went there and created colorful, magnificent spring season. A Malaya breeze blowing with sandal perfume. Entire atmosphere was spellbound. Everything, everyone enticing to meet in love. Narayana knew it's an attack on his private life, but he was not angry. He just laughed. Everyone knew, he recognized. Okay? They were scared to death. They waited for some thunderbolty curse. But instead of curse, sweet voice of Narayana made them surprised, wonderstruck. Narayana said, Ma Vaishtavo, don't get so scared, oh you, the guy with the little heart. Consider yourself as my guests. I will offer you gifts. And he waved his hand in the air, and lo, an astoundingly beautiful girl materialized. All heavenly girls were too insignificant in compared to her bewitching beauty. Her perfume was so enchanting and intoxicating. Dark, okay, so musical, so soothing to the heart. Tension and strain completely evaporated in an instant. Take her with you is my gift. A guest of mine as you are here, okay? Lord Narayana said to the assembled team. They all bent their head in shame. They took her with them. She was named as Urvashi, since she was born from the thigh of the Lord. So she was named as Urvashi. Now, O King, the same Lord Narayana, dressed in the body as Dattatreya, as Sanakadi, as Rishabdev, as Hayagriv, played the role of rescuing the wisdom of the Absolute. Dressing as fish, tortoise, and swan, and Nrsimha, he acted out wonderful pastimes. In the form of Vaman, he tricks King Bali. As Parashuram, he unburdens the load of the earth. Assuming the form of Prince Ram, he saved the world from Ravana's persecutions. Sobdhim bhavanda dashavakramahansalankam Sitapatir jayati lokamalagna kirti. Being unborn and imperishable, he assumes the form of Lordam Krishnam. Playing with the gopis and gopas, he grows up, lifts Gidad Mount, dances on the hoops of Kaliya, delivers millions of ogres from sinful conditions. The Lord has millions of dresses. He invents newer and newer ones always. They are objects of meditation to go beyond the relativity, to go beyond the pairs of opposites. Although He is beyond forms and beyond names, still you must walk up to His holy places of birth and pastimes and serve Him. This juicies your meditation as well as juicies your life, which is now being cooked up in hellish conditions of the world. Okay, my dear king, okay, dear friends, all assembled people of the world, thank you for listening, okay? The king asked, Holy Sire, there are people due to strong material desire and restless senses cannot meditate. What is the destination of all such non-meditators? And all those who are materialists. Now, my dear friends, Yogisvaras Chamas replied. He said, then the situation becomes like one servant of yours who lives in your palace, receives clothing and food and light and water and never pays bills, never pays taxes, never comes to you to express gratitude even. Not only this, he thinks and talks against you and organizes similar dullards to rebel against you, to dethrone you. What happens to them? Same happens to the rascals, to these materialistic rascals. Sthanat bhrashtaha patantyadhaha. They are trashed out of the status of varna and ashram and other VIP facilities they are provided with nowadays. There are those aborigines, primitives, living in dense jungles. There are such ladies under the trap of wicked husbands. These are workers treated unjustly over time by their landlords. It is the duty of a king to make this meditation facilities available to them. There are people fallen away from the mainstream Vedic wisdom living in faraway America, Greenland, Iceland, Alaska, Peru, Uganda, Argentina, England, Germany, Norway, Greece, Italy, Russia, Spain, France, and all over. It is the duty of the Prime Minister and Presidents and capable yogis and swamis and an enlightened one to travel up there and kindle the flames of knowledge. At least help them start with Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vishnu, Padasevanam, Marchanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Diversity in meditation is due to place and not time. Due to condition of Brajmandal, the form of divinity is that of Krishna. Due to condition of Ayodhya, it is Ram. Due to condition of Kashi, it is Lord Shiva. And due to situation surrounding atmosphere in Kamakhya, Tarapeeth and Vindhyachal, the same is Divine Mother, the Kali the Mother, the Tara the Mother. In different time frame, some meditation predominates most part of the world. Difference of forms and meditation systems help us make up, understand forms may be many, but underlying divinity is the same. If your religion does not teach this, does not make you understand this point, just drop it and walk on further. If you don't do it, you are on the path of sinfulness. Okay? Through all these names, forms and ways of worship, it is Him alone who is being honored. The one God. Ekam Sati Brahma Vadanti. The divinity, the God is one. Sages call Him by various names. King asked, Holy Sire, which time frame and situation, which form of divinity needs to be communicated and worshipped, and how to do it? Now, Yogeshwar Karabhajan replied, my dear friends, Karabhajan means all the wisdom of the Vedas are obtained as fully as a flower of your palm. Who eats only palmful of food and or vice versa. Such an accomplished master now spoke. Dear king, he said, time, place and objects could be divided in 4 parts according to physical, mental, spiritual strength of humanity. Okay? In Satya Yuga or Golden Age, white complexioned, long matted hair, tree bark dressed, sacred thread wearing form of divinity was worshipped by priests of Manusyastu Tadashanta Nirvaira Surda Samaha. That form of God was worshipped by priests of nature. They did worship through tapasa devam shamena cha damena cha. The Lord was satisfied through meditation, peace, subjugation of senses. In Treta, in Silver Age, his color is red with golden hair, 4-armed Lord Vishnu. He always hides in the womb of inquiry. In the womb of ceaseless search. And his name is Vrishnigarh, worshipped through singing in yagyas. In Dwapar age, that is Copper age, that is 800,000 and 64,000 years is Dwapar Yuga. In this age, his complexion is light blue, Shami Bhut Brahm. He is decorated like king of kings and worshipped through Panch and Shodas Rajopachar and Maharajopachar items of auspicious spiritual perfume. Okay? In Satyaguna, in Satya Yuga, 4 million years ago, okay, by nature, mind was at rest. Not much interest in gigantic ambitions or large fields of lust and passion. Sex was as if it never existed. The word workaholism was never heard of. So only doing meditation, only once after understanding the wisdom of life was enough to be enlightened. In Treta, 3 million years ago, huge palaces, empires and ambition came out. Enormous wealth, green, prosperous world. So, most expensive and long yajnas were invented to satisfy the Lord. In Dwapar, 2 million years ago, now urges of work became strong. Old patterns too became pushy, and attractions of opposite sex grew, and all began pushing and pulling the soul. Therefore, it became necessary to aid upasana with Kriya Yoga of Treta and Sham Dam Tapas of Satya Yoga. You got to set Vasudeva in Jnanatmak Antakarana, my dear friends, and Sankarshan in Kriyatmak Ahankar, and Pradyumna in Kamatmak Chitta, and Aniruddha in Sankalpatmak Man. In Kali Yoga started, and this which is started since last 5,000 years, most people's heart are full of darkness of tamas. That means ignorance, called confusion and frustration, and stresses and strains. So, meditation on darker, Shami Bhut Brahma is recommended. Krishnavarnam Tisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Praye Yajante Sumedasa Tisha Krishnam. His complexion is transparent and dazzling like sapphire, which drags down even the pitch darkness and kicks it away out. Sango Pangastra Parshadam. His face, his arms and heart and eyes and nose and hair, all the way to his lotus feet with his parshadas. You got to meditate on and on and on. Well, now how to meditate? Because meditation has been stolen away by ceaseless restlessness and lure for America manufactured items of enjoyments, my dear friends. If you have special preference for divinity, then only meditation can happen. Now, the very basis is missing. On top, illiteracy of Vedic texts, illiteracy of Puranic history, illiteracy of knowledge of the procedure, and unavailability of pure items of yajna. The yajna has been stolen away from our hands. Whatever is left is sheer hypocrisy, my dear friends. Whenever you cook delicious items for worship, your tongue hangs out and your saliva drips down. Thus the item becomes impure, unacceptable by God. Whatever you offer, you fail to offer it by heart for God, because you want to grab it for your use as soon as worship is over. So, your selfishness has become endless and bottomless. So what to do? How to meditate in Kali Yoga, which has started since last 3000 BCE, okay? How? Intellectual, psychological and alchemical methods are inaccessible. Now, do verbal meditation. What is that? Sankirtana Prayai. Speaking and singing out His glories and pastimes. His glorious pastimes. Sing out. That's why, my dear friends, my discourses are full of singings. Just listen my 10th canto discourses. I am meditating when I am discoursing, okay? That's why it is singing. When anyone is listening, he or she is also meditating, which is appropriate for our age, this Kali Yuga age. We are meditating according to Kali Yuga. Deyam sada paribhavagnamavishtadoham Tirthaspada Shiva Viranjinutam Sharanyam Vrityartiham Pranadapalavabdiputam Vande Mahamurjade Charanarvindam. You cannot survive in this world without accepting your defeats from your wife, your sons, your daughters, your brothers, okay? And friends, and disciples, and customers, and hosts, and guests, and politicians. And my dear friends, each defeat leaves scars, wounds, bruises in your heart. Every successful person is bleeding inside. One who can bleed and smile is called accomplisher, and who bleed but cannot afford to smile is a loser. But both are full of scars and hurtful. Sada paribhavagnam means thinking about whom soothes down all your achings. One who is bound with one body, one place and one time is Purush. One who is beyond ever free is Mahapurush. I offer my obeisances at your lotus feet, ever dazzling lotus feet, O Lord, your soothing lotus feet for my bleeding, aching heart, which are other abhishta doham, ever wish fulfiller. Tirthaspada, all sacred rivers and all holinesses spring out of them, adored by Lord Shiva and Brahmaji. That's those lotus feet. Vrityartiham, eliminator of tortures of meditator's life. Bhavabdiputam, which is like ship to cross the miseries of life. Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam. I offer my respectful obeisances to the lotus feet of that Lord beloved, cosmic beloved. Om Tyaktva Sudustyaja Surepsitarajya Lakshmi Dharmishtha Aryavachasam Yadagadharanyam Maya Mrigam Daitaye Sitamanvadhavan Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravinda. Just to abide by the codes of Dharma, who gave up his imperial fortune by the words of his honorable father, went away to the forest, who ran after a golden deer to please his beloved, who does not want empire for himself but chooses, oh, but chases an ordinary deer for his Sita beloved. Such a generous Mahapurush, O you, I offer my obeisances to you, O Sri Ramchandram. This is how to meditate, my dear friends, through Nam Rup Leela Dham. Any one of these or all of these, and you make it all the way there, up there. Okay? Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga refer to different states of consciousness, my dear. Whenever you are in those particular states, those meditations are for you to choose from. Citizens of heaven, even people from all three yugas crave to be born in Bharatvarsha during Kali Yuga, because yatta sungyardanam nranam harim dasyatya sambhavam. Just by verbal debit credits, okay, just by verbal debit credits, human beings attain the Lord. Secondly, Kalo bhavishyanti narayana parayana. Great lovers of God are born in Kali Yuga. Look, whole Bhaktamal is full of them. Blossoming bhaktas, varieties of flowers in the garden of God, all bloomed in Bhaktamal, my dear friends. All are in Kali Yuga. You grow in dispassion, drinking water of holy Ganga, love with the water of Yamuna, dharma, bhava with Saryu, okay? Tapas, brahmacharya with Narmada, Tamraparani, Kritamala, Kaveri, Payasvini, Mahanadi, flowing to the east. If you drink their water with due Shraddha and Vishwas, due homage and trust, you attain the highest instantly. All offences are committed due to Deha Sakti, my dear friends. What is Deha Sakti? This is attachment with the body. So all offences, all sins, all karmas are committed due to attachment with the body. One dedicated to God has nil attachment. So, offense, legal or religious or psychological, are not possible for a devotee, for a meditator. Hearing the discourses of 9 Yogisvaras, my dear friends, Nimi and his assembly were filled with joy, and with the help of his priest, he worshipped them all. Although they wore nothing, still silk clothes were offered to them. They expected nothing, still feast and worship were offered to them. They accepted them all. And then, my dear friends, what happened? Tato antardadhire siddha sarva lokasya pashyata. That is how enlightened saint proceeds to his home, to his ashram. While everyone saw, they all vanished away in thin air. They became invisible. Dear Vasudev, Naradji said, whole world is full of your glory and fame. That Lordam Krishnam accepted your sonship. You are already enlightened. From Putana to Kansa and Shishupal to Shalva, all these wicked kings thought of Krishna as their enemy, and they are liberated. And you saw him, loved and embraced him, talked to him, feasted him, lived with him all these 125 years. Can you conceive of your greatness? And can you please conceive of the height of your attainments? So sorry you did not look into this aspect of your great fortune. But, my dear Vasudevji, worry not. You are already attained. This is the fact. It cannot be falsified just by your not understanding. But understand it. That will be better. Hearing the words of Naradji, Vasudevji and Devakiji, whom many great sages, even Sri Krishna had blessed wisdom, but not gotten anywhere, now they rose above in a vast fulfillment. They became instantly enlightened now. Now most of the time Vasudeva and Devaki and all older generations who listened to Narad's discourses began to spend their time in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, while the rest of the population in worry. Now, my dear friends, many evil omens were occurring every day in Dwarka city. All youngsters were terrified. They approached Lord Krishna. He advised to move to Prabhasa Kshetra right away and get absorbed in atonement procedures which may possibly minimize the hurt of the curse. Lord Krishna thought Dwarka is a sacred dham. It must not be turned into a cemetery. So he sent them to Prabhas. Prabhas means sheer illusion. He let them not stay in true self, sent the offenders in sheer illusion. That is what it means. It is said, Chandra, the presiding deity of moon planet, was very handsome. He had married with 27 daughters of Abdaksha, Prajapati. He was too partial to Rohini. The rest of them complained to their father, so he put a curse on him to get tuberculosis immediately. Poor moon god became miserable. He inquired for remedy. He was advised to go to Prabhasa Kshetra and take a dip in a special pond. He came here and did. He was healed. Moon is the god of mind. Curse is always addressed to the mind. The cursor is god of dharma. Whenever mind goes partial with any one of its senses or its modifications, then it indulges in misdeeds due to attachment. Then by the curse it gets tuberculosis, means falling in chronic trouble-making attitudes and suffering. Then it takes dip, which means it gets disillusioned with understanding that everything of his indulgence were not reality but sheer illusions. Then it is redeemed. Towards such a Prabhasa Kshetra, okay, all the Yadavas rushed. They yoked their chariots, loaded the necessary items, and marched to embark upon the large-scale feasting, donating, and yajna for atonement purpose, my dear friends. Thousands and thousands of warriors leaving Dwarka city. Only ladies and security officers were left there. watching the whole Dwarka getting empty. Uddhavji understood that none of these Yadavas are going to come back. They will all die up there, and Lord Krishna will proceed to his eternal abode. His heart sank, his head reeled upon oncoming separation, and tears flowed. He came to visit the Lord in private. He clasped him and cried out aloud, Naham tavangri kamalo क्षणार्धमपि केशव त्यक्तुं समुत्सहे नाथ सुधामनय मामपि. Utkrishtam jihoti iti uddhava, my dear friends. One who has offered the best oblation of his life in the sacred fire of submission to God is called Uddhav. Uddhav means a completely surrendered one. And he said, My Lord, I cannot stand your separation even for half a minute. Please take me with you to wherever you are going. He said together, talk together. Uddhavji says, we sat together, Lord, and we talked together and strolled and rested together. We bathed and played and dined together. I wore garlands and clothes and ornaments and paste. After you used them, I ate your leftovers always. I am your servant. Please don't leave me here alone. Take me with you. Take me with you, take me with you. And Lord Krishna smiled, graciously smiled, looking at Uddhavji and said, Dear Uddhav, all the divinities want me to come back. The purpose of my incarnation is now complete. All the Yadavas are already burned in the fire of curse. On the seventh day from today, the sea will sink our city to the bottom. Only huge waves of the ocean will be all here to see. Samudra saptameritam purim cha plavaishyate. After my departure, Kali Yuga will dominate the crowd. Once a white dress gets dirty, people give up trying to keep it clean. Once character is lost, you evolve hobby to go dirtier and dirtier into sinful activities. Once a Hindu is defiled, turns Muslim or Christians by hook or crook, then he or she keeps on debunking down and down hopelessly. That's how all Muslims crowning in India and round the world. It is said, a gentleman spotted a beggar eating meat. He was shocked and yelled, Oh, you being beggars, still you eat mutton? The beggar looked at him and said, You are right, sir. Give me $1. I will buy a bottle of wine so that some taste could be added to this mutton. Shame! You drink wine too, said the gentleman, without having sex with a whore. That too is not enjoyable enough. So give me another $10 at least, so that I can buy a whore, said the beggar, my dear friends. Whore charges a lot of money. Where do you get all that? I gamble or steal or rob a bank, putting a mask of the President of America, wearing a mask on my face. I am going to rob a bank. Oh my God, how far will you go on falling down? No more I will share. I'll share with you my hard labor earned money. No, 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 no. That's not possible. Then the beggar said, then you are forcing me, sir, to steal more and gamble more and possibly kill you. Once you fall, you go on falling down and down, my dear friend. Nothing to hold you up except your discretion, your own inner voice. You have to awaken that at all cost of life. It is to develop this discretion. Lord Krishna tells Uddhav, Uddhavji, I am willing to keep you on the earth to impart my message, my Leela Katha, my narration. Let it be in the air, in the atmosphere. People will be in need in Kali Yuga. They may receive it from wherever you are. And Uddhavaji asked, my Lord, what is your order for me? And Krishna replied, Tvam tu sarvam parityajya sneham swajana bandhushu maya veshamana samyak samadre kvichara swagam. Those who arrest you, bind you without even handcuffs and locks are called bandhu, brothers or kinsmen. Withdraw your glued up involvement with all those and introduce me completely in your heart. Get Krishna Kara Karit Vritti, okay? Be even visioned, and stroll down, back and forth, all over the globe. Yadidam manasa vacha chakshurabhyam sravanadeve nashwaram grihyamanam cha vidhi maya manomayam. Uddhavji asked, my Lord, how can there be equal vision? Because there is great difference between an armed terrorist, a hitman, a mouse, a little man. Where is Donald Trump or George Bush? A George Bush, a US president, and that poorest lady I saw this evening holding baby before her, hell-like hut. A mutton-gobbling Muslim looking for someone to rape and rob, a Christian happily having his lunch on his toilet sheet cover, a neat and clean vegetarian Brahmin coming from Ganga bath to do his worship, how to be equal visioned? And Krishna said, when we cannot see the sky completely, we see it blue. When we cannot see whole big worlds of planets, stars, and much more going on up there, then we see only blue color painted out. Same way, when we cannot see the absolute truth upon which infinite worlds are projected, we are compelled to see only what fits in our narrow little vision, your tiny hell-generating domestic world. As soon as we get capable to see, experience, when experiences are the deepest overflow, it flows through sight, sound, smell and all. Okay? So, don't get your head boggled for that reason. As soon as we spot out the Brahm, we find it undiversified, unmaterialized, non-relative, undivided, non-dual, absolute, because whatever is thought, seen, heard, or magic show, because They are mental projections. Our belief is being projected out. The blue color in the sky is at least lasting, but the mind of our loved ones, friends, homes, situations are nashwaram, dying every now and then. Therefore, only due to mental illness the world appears as such. Okay? Good and bad, right and wrong, big and small, arise from illusion of office, because the brain has gotten stuck to a pointless matter. Buddhaji asked, Lord, then how an enlightened vision looks at it? And Krishna said, look, Uddhav, as soon as you identify yourself as this 5.5 feet tall body, you are cut off from the eternity of space. As soon as tell out your age, you are cut off from your eternal time, eternal now. Okay? You are cut out from your immortality, just like those ladies who stop telling I am 50 years old or 40 years old, but tell that I am 40 years young, 50 years young, feel more youthful and vigor than farmers. Same way, if you just always identify yourself with Satchidananda Brahma, then comprehensive auto-suggestion with discretion, you really begin to discover your immortality and see the whole universe stretched out within yourself. Well, how to go about it? Get all your senses under control and then send your mind on retirement. Put him on pension, homestaying. Then Atmanikshasavitatam Atmanam Mayadhishware. Discover up your identity as one with me and settle down in this experience. Mature it down. Be sure it is permanent. Then all 6 billion people's identifications will be yours. Then no terrorist can ever kill you or even hurt you, because whosoever will be hurting you will be hurting himself. Nobody would like to hurt himself, okay? It is said, when Hiranyakashipu wanted to shoot his mess on God, Lord Vishnu, he searched for him and found he is in his very heart. Then he thought, if I dash my mess on him, my chest will get broken first and God will never get the hit, because consciousness of God and mass and myself are one. So he failed in his mission. And Uddhavaji asked, my Lord, how then he goes about in life in the material world? And Krishna said, this wisdom will just eliminate your ignorance, dear Uddhav. Only your old patterns will dictate your habits. He acts only as a baby in a sportive manner. Okay? That's how you will act. Such person goes about in life seeing the sights, objectivities of the world as shine of the seer, his true self. All whatever happens, accidents, golden nights, festivals and earthquakes, tornadoes and holocausts, all are but multi-dimensional, colorful visions of the seer, the Atma, your true self. How he takes the robbery and devastation a ruin of life? Answer is just as another wave came on the sea, saw in the desert called mirage. Just as another wave came on the sea, saw in the desert called mirage. Just as a part of a dream got wiped out, now never to be seen. Just like that. Get the point, my dear friends. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tomorrow we are going to start discourses on Avadhuta Gita, my dear friends. Very interesting, beautiful subject about great sage Dattatreya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.